Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adi and today we are here with week 9 of the XDL. Last week we played Steph of Anime and we suffered our first loss of the entire season, ending the dream of our undefeated season. And we do still control our own destiny for the number 1 overall seed. We're also locked up for playoffs no matter what happens, so it's not a huge deal. But the way I lost did leave a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth because we got blown out. It was not close. And I did play pretty poorly game 1, but really we lost that set because of preparation. She just had prepared better than us. She prepared for the things that we brought. We did not prepare for the things that she ended up bringing. We overcompensated for Pokemon that she didn't bring. And we just got blown out because of that. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. Now, I'm really happy with my prep for this week. I think we're going to have a really good matchup, which is important because we are playing one of the best players in the entire league and one of the best players in the country, for that matter. You might know him. He is Joeux9. He is, of course, the founder of the league. We've both been grinding online tournaments over the last year and a half, so we've played each other a bunch of times, most notably in the win-in for Global Finals of Players Cup 3, where he beat me and secured a spot in Global Finals, and I just didn't end up making it, getting top 6 again. And so I beat him en route to winning the RVGC circuit back in Series 6. We played in a couple Rose Tower tournaments back in early 2020. So, we've had a number of great matches. He's a fantastic player, and it's always a pleasure to play him. And you should definitely check him out. Links are, of course, in the description down below. And so his team is pretty strange for a draft league. Most people pick their big damage, their dealers, their heavy hitters as their tier 1 picks, but instead he picked Incineroar and Amoonguss, so 2 support options. His game plan, I guess, was basically saying, I'm going to abuse the fact that I have the best support Pokemon in the format to enable some slightly weaker attackers, or not weaker attackers, but attackers that have some pretty notable weaknesses. And those damage dealers on his team are, first and foremost, the Hydreigon. This is the current MVP of the league, and which means most valuable Pokemon, by nature of taking the most KOs. And for what it's worth, I absolutely hate that metric. For no other reason than it punishes your Pokemon for doing too well. You just have more KOs that you can take if you win your sets 2-1 than if you win your sets 2-0. And all of my sets but one have been 2-0s, so none of my Pokemon are in MVP contention despite having the second best record in the league. But that's neither here nor there. Hydreigon is a really good Pokemon normally, but it suffers from one huge weakness in VGC, which is the existence of Togekiss, which basically completely walls it. And that is usually not a problem in a draft league for every week except for one, which is when you face the Togekiss, and of course we have the Togekiss. So that feels real good. Hydreigon is going to have a really difficult time powering through it. The other attackers on his team include Braviary, which he's only ever brought once, Tapu Lele, especially when paired with Excelgor. The Gigalith in Trick Room specifically is very, very annoying, and also the Jellicent can be annoying in Trick Room. And then the other Pokemon that I find really annoying on his team is the Klefki, just because it is so unpredictable. It can either go for a switcheroo lagging tail, switcheroo eject button set, or it can just set screens. Either way, it's going to be annoying, and game 1 is going to be really volatile if he brings it, because I don't know what it's going to do. And so, jumping into my team, the centerpiece of the team is the Safety Goggles Thunderous. This is, of course, there because it completely invalidates Amoonguss thanks to the Safety Goggles, and the Incineroar is going to be really heavily punished for intimidating it because of Defiant. Again, his draft plan was Incineroar and Amoonguss are the primary support Pokemon. They are going to enable his weaker attackers to do more damage than my stronger attackers, but if I can completely ignore Incineroar and Amoonguss with one Pokemon, I just get to say they don't exist, right? And I just get to outdamage him very quickly. The speed benchmark on the team is for outspeeding Hydreigon, because I will never outspeed Excelgor, and most of the other Pokemon are EV to outspeed Hydreigon at +1 speed, because Thundurus is going to be freely clicking Max Airstream into most of his team. The Togekiss is a support set. It's there primarily to stop Switcheroo stuff from Klefki, also to stop Excelgor Lele, because if he wants to trade his Excelgor from my Togekiss, that's totally fine. I am the aggressor in this matchup, so I'm going to be the one who benefits from trading KOs. He's going to need his Pokemon to defensively switch, and if we're playing 3v3, that's a lot harder. The exception to that is if Trick Room goes up, because at that point, Gigalith is going to power through my entire team, and that's why I have 2 taunts on my team. Togekiss also has Air Slash with Serene Grace to potentially stop Trick Room, and also Air Slash hits Amoonguss, which is really useful. Hitting Hydreigon with Dazzling Gleam is really important, which is why we have 2 attacking moves despite not really investing a ton in attack EVs. And of course, flinching is just really, really good. The Mamoswine is another Pokemon that is just absolutely insane in this matchup because it is immune to Intimidate thanks to its Oblivious ability, and it hits Amoonguss and Incineroar really hard. It also hits Braviary and Hydreigon and Gigalith all super effectively with its stab moves, so what more do you need? I'm putting the Sash on this rather than the Jinx because it is very likely that Sandstorm will go up over the course of the game, and of course the Jinx will just lose its Sash to Sandstorm, and the Mamoswine will not. The next Pokemon is the Tapu Bulu, which is specifically there for the Jellicent. It also kind of walls Hydreigon. Hydreigon probably will be running Flash Cannon because, I have 2 Fairy types on the team, which is why the Berry is on the Togekiss, by the way. But I also just have close combat, so I'm going to chunk the Hydreigon regardless. And really, the role of Bulu is it ignores the Amoonguss's redirection because it's a Grass type, and it KOs the Jellicent. It also puts a lot of pressure on the Gigalith, which, I do have 4 rock types on this team, so I'm really going to need ways to hit Gigalith. That's kind of the fear that's my biggest fear going into this week. The Jinx is there because ice coverage is really good, and having Fake Out and Lovely Kiss active are also really annoying. In particular, Lovely Kiss is really strong if he finds ways to slow the game down. I just get to click Lovely Kiss, and if he's clicking Parting Shot, and if he's clicking Rage Powder, and I'm clicking Lovely Kiss, I'm just generating advantage. He's not really progressing his game, and I'm putting things to sleep. I also just need special attackers because he's probably going to invest a ton in physical bulk. He knows that my Thunder is just going to be the biggest thorn in his side, and I don't need the Sash again because realistically, he's breaking it with Sandstorm or maybe even Fake Out from Incineroar, so I figure Colbur is better. Colbur also lets me live a Darkest Lariat from Incineroar, which is really cool. And then, of course, Dry Skin is there because it slows down Jellicent a little bit. I don't really have great ways to hit it, and it can always Shadow Ball me and do a lot of damage, but, at least having a water resistance is going to be useful. And the slot is maybe supposed to be an Urshifu. I feel like Urshifu might have been better here, but because it respects Gigalith a little more and it also resists water. But we'll see if I regret this. I'm hoping that Focus Blast will do enough against Gigalith to justify Jinx's spot. And again, I really just wanted a special attacker because we are lacking those on this team. And then the last slot is the Magmortar. This is because, again, the Pokemon that gave me the most issues in testing was the Klefki, specifically the Light Screen and Reflect Klefki, and this gives me a game plan against it. Basically, my game plan is going to Airstream and then overheat the Klefki, which is always going to KO it, of course, barring a miss. And then he's going to bring in Hydreigon to try to sweep with those screens, and I'm going to power swap it, and I'm going to give it my special attack drop, so it does way less damage than it expects to. I also have Taunt on it because I really don't want Trick Room going up, like I mentioned. And again, Will-O-Wisp, even though Magmortar takes a lot of damage from Gigalith, Will-O-Wisp is just another way, if Trick Room isn't up, for me to try to neuter it. And then, of course, the EV spread is there to live any attack from Hydreigon short of a Life Orb Max Quake, I believe, might knock it out. But I think that realistically I should live almost any attack from the Hydreigon, which is about as good as I can get. And so that's all I got for this week. I think my pool of Pokemon matches up really favorably into his pool of Pokemon. But this is a draft league, so you never know what he's going to come up with. And of course, Joe is a good enough player that if I don't actually play well, he will find a way to capitalize on my mistakes and beat me. But I'm bringing my A game. I'm trying to win. I'm a competitor. I'm going to win this league. And I want that #1 seed. So let's just jump right into it. Hello, everyone. We are back, and I almost forgot that I'd already done the intro. You guys saw that like 10 minutes ago. But we were supposed to play on Friday. I recorded the intro on Thursday, and it's Monday. He had some internet issues, and I'm out of town for the weekend, and so I'm actually recording this in my friend's basement in Iowa, and so I don't have a monitor. I don't have the requisite setup to set up a face cam, for example. But I'm just happy that we're gonna get to play. This week is actually really important, and so I guess for those who aren't watching all the content creators in this league, the standings right now at the top there's Manby, who's undefeated. I don't know the result of his week 9 match yet, but through week 8 he's undefeated. Of course, check out his channel to find that out. And I'm at X1, right? I have 1 loss, and we're playing next week for the #1 seed if I beat Joe. But there are also 4 teams who are at X3, Joe included. And so they're all fighting for seeding. And if I lose my 2 games, I will drop down into that that cluster. And so I could drop all the way down to the 5th seed out of 8 teams that make the playoffs. So I am locked into playoffs, but you know, it is tenuous. And so okay, remembering my prep, I did remember this. There's no Amogus, which is good. I have the punish to something like a Incineroar switch in if it is Intimidate. Of course, he could be Blaze, but I really just want to do the strategy with the Magmortar. He doesn't have a way to set up Trick Room either, so Gigalith is probably going to be potentially like the Iron Defense version that he has run in the past. And there is the Sand Slash. This is the first time he's brought that, but I obviously want the Bulu for that. And then I guess the last Pokemon, I think game 1, I'm probably going to be able to pull off this Magmortar stuff. Maybe? Possibly. I'm debating between the Togekiss and the Mamoswine here. The Mamoswine does a little more into the Gigalith, and the Gigalith is the thing that I'm scared of. And also, like, I guess it can do stuff into the Sand Slash. Obviously, Jinx does a little more into Sand Slash, but we're going to go with the Mamoswine and see what's up. All right. So again, no Trick Room, no Redirection. Probably not going to be seeing Incineroar. I probably should have with his Pokemon. Saw Lele, Giggs, saw Sand Slash, saw Hydreigon. Okay, there it is. We saw Incin, and we saw what's the last one? What's the last Pokemon? What am I missing? Klefki, yes, of course, the one that's on the screen right now. So we're just gonna do what I said we were gonna do. He needs to actually just like he basically needs to click. I think he's gonna click Reflect. Basically, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to click Max Airstream here to pop this Hydreigon, and then I'm going to Overheat just to KO this Klefki. It should KO the Klefki. It would have to be Sash for it not to, and even if it is Sash, it's probably fine. And then I get to Power Swap, right? Okay, so here is the... okay, so... Oh, man, a Max Knuckle would have been... I want to say it would have been a big punish, but, like, he really could have just... He could have beat this policy. Let's see. But, yeah, Knuckle would have been a lot better there. He probably is going to go for the... Yeah, you'd expect him to go for the, what's it called, the policy and Reflect, I think, is what I'm expecting to be. He was just trying to bait out my Hydreigion's Max Knuckle. But I guess, I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. Protect, okay. So he's really just trying to stall out my Dynamax. I might have to start bringing Jinx for this sort of thing. This is okay. This is okay, because I get to Wisp the Klefki pretty safely. Wisp the Gigalith. And I do need to Wisp the Gigalith, right? Like that's, he could go for a Safeguard here if he really reads into it. But we do see Leftovers, so that's really good to know. So we know it's not like Weakness Policy. I can pretty freely Max Knuckle it. I can pretty freely Will-O-Wisp it. Start getting the damage off, and then Overheat the next turn. I can Taunt it if I'm really scared of the Iron Defense set. But I think that Knuckle is going to do enough that like 2 Knuckles into Superpower is going to pick it up, even through Reflect. I did get the Airstream off, so now this Magmortar is going to be fast enough to outspeed the Hydreigon. Even if it comes back in and tries to Dynamax later, it will be dropping down to -2 special attack after I Overheat the Klefki next turn. I think. He could protect the Gigalith, right? Like this is what he's good at doing. He's good at playing very passively. He's good at wasting your Dynamax. That's how he played throughout, you know, Series 5. And yeah, there's the Protect, of course. So, oh man. So I'm really just like burning my, he's burning my turns here, but I'm still getting the +1, right? Like, wait. Okay. Okay. So we see the Calm Mind, we see the, what moves can it possibly run, right? It must be very, this is fine. So, I still want to Wisp it. I think that Max Knuckle probably picks it up, right? It can't be Reflect Klefki at this point. And so what I want to do is I want to Overheat the Klefki, and then I want to Do I think that Max Knuckle picks it up from here? It might not. Max Lightning is still less powerful. But he's leftovers, right? He doesn't have bulk. So the only fear is that like he doubles up into Magmortar, which will leave me in a bad spot. But I think I'm going to Max Knuckle, Overheat, and then get the Wisp off, and then get the Power Swap off, and KO the Gigalith the next turn, right? And that's just a lot of... I think I just get a lot of advantage that way. Yeah, I think that's the play, right? And then I'm just trading his +2 special attack for my, potentially +2 special attack for my, okay. He is maxing Gigalith, or maxing the Klefki, probably maxing Gigalith, you know? In this situation, probably maxing the Gigalith. Nope, okay, what do I know, you know? Okay, so, provided this Magmortar lives the turn, I am in a fantastic spot. That's the only thing that needs to happen. The I don't think it is, because I think he's going to... I don't think it is, because I think that he's going to Rock Slide, and I think he's going to, like... I don't know, like, it can't be Steel Spike, it can't be... I'm like a bulky, I have Agua Berry, right? Like, that's a decent damage, yeah. Okay. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Holy crap. Oh god, I'm getting memed on so hard. Okay, let's see. Agua? That might be range. That is very close to being range for the berry. That is so close to being range. I might have to dodge a Rock Slide, though. No. Oh, that's so sad. It was... Oh, if that was just, like, did a little more damage, like, I think it was, like, 3 more HP, I would have got my berry proc, and I would be in a fantastic position. This isn't the worst. I still outspeed the Klefki. I still get to Wild Charge the Klefki, right? And realistically, my Dynamax does end. That was a Steel Spike, so I would have to double the Klefki to be able to kill it. In which case, he gets a Rock Slide off, and he gets to kill me, right? So he can either protect the Klefki, so I am in a situation where I might have to call the Protect. Where I either have to... Let's see. What can he do? His Instant still does nothing. The Lele could come in, but, like... It really comes down to, does he Protect with the Klefki, or does he in Rock Slide, or does he not? And I think if I'm him, I'm saying that I'm taking the trade. But I am at +2, and he's at +1. Let's go for the double up. Let's go for the double up and see what happens. And hopefully, the Mamoswine and Bulu can... Ah! Oh man, I'm calling every turn wrong. Oh, this is awful. Right? Like, I could have very easily... And what I was thinking about doing, the alternative, was dodge. Let's go. Oh, that's huge. Okay. So now I get to do the same thing next turn, right? I don't think I actually need the Mamoswine for any of his Pokemon. I don't think I need the Thundurus for any of his Pokemon. And also, if the Wild Charge picks up the Klefki, then the High Horsepower will obviously get redirected into the Gigalith slot, and it's not a big deal. He could go for a Body Press, potentially. But I do have a Bulu. Like, the Gigalith will end up going down to this, like, something, right? I have enough resources for this Gigalith, but I'm really hoping this Wild Charge is not. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So his Pokemon are very physically bulky. That's not too surprising. He's like... Man, look at this policy Klefki. Like, he knows that I was going to try to Thundurus for him. Thundurus is too good into this matchup. But I guess we're going to see if he goes for another Rock Slide. Okay. And so, the Bulu is going to handle this Gigalith very easily. The Sandstorm is gone, so even if it's Sand Slash, it's not really a problem. It's actually to the point where I might just... I think my audio might begin. I hope not. It might be to the point where I'm actually just going to ignore the Gigalith. Because it has to Body Press, right? That's the only move. Oh, man, I feel like I'm... All his Pokemon have Protect. All his Pokemon can punish my aggressive play. Let's see who's faster here. Yeah, good. So, one time that you actually want to be slower here. So if I'm him, and I'm not, he's a much better player than I am, as you can see from this battle, I would switch out Tapu Lele into Hydreigon and protect so that I can get the Lele back in the next turn and win from there, right? What's my punish to that? I don't have any punish to that. That's the thing. I have Wood Hammer, like, I can double the Lele slot and say he's not protecting it, and that's like the best I can do, basically. I can not take a KO. That's the play. Double protecting is actually the play here. I don't want to take a KO. If he's doing what I think he's doing. No, I messed up. No, I was supposed to attack with Bulu. Nope, no, okay, good, I did. Okay. Woo! We're still okay. Still doing it. Still okay. Maybe. Right, I needed to not take a KO that turn. If I took a KO, I lost. I need to take 2 KOs the next turn. I needed to target... okay. Shoot. Okay. So I needed to actually target the Gigalith there, because I needed to not have his protect fail, because now he can protect again. And that's not a good thing at all. Again, because I needed to take 2 KOs on the same turn to really have a good shot at winning this game. So, let's see. If I close combat, then I probably just take too much damage with the Mamoswine. I can go for a double protect on Bulu, potentially. Because that's the slot that's going to get targeted. Is it? I'm actually just literally running out of time. That's so sad. Let's close combat, and let's go for the double, and we'll say we're calling the slot. I think that's what we have to do here. The next turn we can Ice Shard, and like basically he can protect the Gigalith this turn, which is kind of what he's going to do for sure, right? No, okay. Yeah, but I did call the slot correctly. Ice Shard might have gotten the... Probably not. It probably wouldn't have. But yeah, that goes up. He's not... There's the Dark Pulse, obviously. He's not Sash there. He does see my Life Orb here. And we're going to see a Iron Defense. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Not too surprising. And then I guess we can see what item this Lele is, potentially. And that's about the best thing we're going to get. So let's have Body Press, and then Protect. So we know the 4 moves on Gigalith. And I'm probably just never killing this Gigalith. I mean, I'm not winning this game. Yeah, I'm just not winning this game. There's no way for me to win this game, barring... What's the scenario? Crit on Lele, KO Lele, Gigalith goes for Iron Defense, I somehow survive an attack, then I crit the Gigalith is the out, but like, the Lele is allowed to protect this turn if it has it. If you're the Lele, you probably protect this turn, just because you can. If it has it, again, it might not. It really might not. So we're going to... And then if it does have Protect, I think I just lose because the Gigalith does too much damage to me. Unless I also Protect. Yeah, sure, we'll just target the Lele. Like, I think this game is lost pretty much. Psychic. So we'll see how much this does. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And so we're really just right there. Okay, no Life Orb. Alright, so that's game 1. I got red like 3 straight turns. That was upsetting. I also got surprised, but like, I mean, this is a totally different game if my Magmortar has like 5 more, takes 5 more damage. Like, it's just a little too bulky. Then I get the Agua Berry, and I am just absolutely golden. Because I live the attack, I get the power swap off. Like, it's crazy how different this game is. I could have potentially Will-O-Wisp, but okay. What do I need to do? Moving on to game 2. I don't think the Klefki is the problem. Magmortar was cool. Magmortar puts a lot of pressure on all of his Pokemon, except for the Tapu Lele. And so the Tapu Lele, I was scared of Lele Excelgor. If he's going to try to play passively like that, I kind of just want to like Lovely Kiss him to death. But the Gigalith is obviously a problem for that. My secondary Dynamax is the Tapu Bulu, in this case because it has max knuckle, and it has max overgrowth to override terrain, but I don't think it actually fares that well into him. And so I think I just like have to like play passively with Thunderous almost. I think I really want to get the overheat off turn 1 is what like I need to be able to do. If I do that, then I'm in a fantastic spot. I think I almost want to lead. No, I don't really want to lead Togekiss. Togekiss is actually just really bad here. He's like teched really hard for the Togekiss so that his Hydreigon can actually come to the game. I still want the Bulu. Bulu is very important. The Mamoswine was like okay, but I think the Jinx does a lot of the same things because it has the Colbur Berry, and because Focus Blast, it can actually do a little more in the end game. So I think I'm going to bring the Jinx over the Mamoswine. I know it seems strange doing the exact same thing, but I think that the Power Swap is going to win me a game, especially if the Klefki takes Calm Mind, right? He can't KO me with the Hydreigon. I can always max Airstream turn 2 if I make the wrong play turn 1. I can Protect, potentially, right? Like, I've got options here. But really what I'm supposed to do is just max Knuckle turn 1. But there's the Sand Slash, and there's so here I gotta just calc Sand Slash, I guess. Like, that's the... I don't know what Sand Slash does. I didn't even think about Sand Slash here. If this is the Life Orb set into Magmortar, I mean, yeah, just oppose, right? That makes sense. It is a, even if it's not Life Orb, I need to like max to not die. Do I have an option? I have Bulu. Maxing Bulu is probably still the play here. I can switch out into Bulu. I don't really want to switch out into Bulu. So I guess we are just... I'm actually just way more scared of the Giglet. If I get a Wisp off onto the Giglet, then it's not Iron Defensing. Like it's not beating the... it's probably still beats the Jinx. It's doing less damage, right? It's not necessarily KOing the... Yeah, no, this was a bad play. This was a bad play. Oh man, I'm not on my A game here because I just needed to... Yeah, that was going down for sure. No worries there. I didn't have a... I could have switched in Bulu into that slot, which would have been somewhat safe, but it would have died... My Thundurus would have died trying to Rockfall unless I Dynamaxed. I was probably allowed to just Dynamax it. Getting the Superpower off is going to be valuable, but my Dynamax is still going to be the Bulu. And there is the Life Orb, so no surprise there. I think it has Steel Spike, most likely. And that's at half, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there's the Iron Defense, so maybe it was... no, Tom, this is fine, this is fine. Do I respect the Steel Spike? I think I have. I think it's just going to click Steel Spike. But yeah, so here's the Bulu, right? This is the one that's going to max. He's going to target the Bulu and not target the Jinx, right? Or the Thundurus. Thundurus is going to... He knows Thundurus doesn't do anything right now. So what I could do, if I think I live 2 Steel Spikes, I can just count that, right? Yep. Weak 9 Bulu, Dynamax into, what does it run? Steel Roller, potentially? Doing 48 to 57. So what I want to do is I want to fly and max Knuckle. The Giggle. This is going to hit their Protect, and it's going to give me the boost on the fly. And then I'm going to be able to take a KO the next turn, is what I'm hoping, with the max Overgrowth. There's also the chance that he just max guards this turn. It's a very reasonable chance that he max guards this turn, but I think he's going for a Protect Steel Spike. There's the Steel Spike, no Protect, so I am surviving with something, which is something. I did take a little over half, so it's, you know, maybe a roll to survive. No, he Rock Slides, then it's not, right? So maybe I just switch to Overgrowth. But I got the attack boost. I don't think that really matters. I didn't have a way to change the... Okay. So I think that he's going to go for the Steel Spike a second time. I don't think he has a reason not to. Other placement. His options are go for Steel Spike or go for the Rockfall to try to pick up the Thunderous, but I never think he goes for the Rockfall to pick up Thunderous because I don't think Thunderous is the red to him. He has a Rock Slide pressure to pick that up instead. And he is back at neutral, but like, the Fly was just a wasted turn. Like, really, it was just a wasted turn. So I'm going to have to max guard. And even if I don't think he reads into it because he knows he wins, even if he doesn't. Yeah. See what this does. Oh god, that's so little. This is just like max bulk zone slash. I mean, it's gotten a couple. It's gotten ace tick icons, right? That just knocks out. I was at -1 defense. Knocking out is actually an okay thing because it means that I can bring in Jinx, and Jinx has Fake Out and his Dynamax end. So that was actually maybe the saving grace there. Yeah, so his Dynamax ends. I still have the blue. One more turn of Dynamax. One more turn of Dynamax. He either has a Lele in the back. If he has a Lele in the back, can I win the game? If he has Steel Roller or if he has the other one, right? I think that's the difference. He has a Lele in the back. Then he takes out my Jinx, probably. Alternatively, so I can either Fake Out or I can Ice Beam. This is the last turn of Sandstorm, I believe. 2 turns of Sandstorm. So I'm actually just going to go for the Focus Blast here. Just going to try to take out this Gigalith while I still can. I'm going to hope that this Sand Slash targets the Lulu and doesn't pick it up off, like, I don't know, Metal Claw. But I think that this is just, I don't think that there was a great way to clean this up. Gigalith uses Protect. Sand Slash probably uses Protect as well. No, it didn't. Oh, so I could have faked out. I could have faked it out. If I had faked it out, it would have been in an okay spot. So yeah, he didn't have the Lele. Honestly, again, if I just went for the Fake Out, I was in a fantastic spot. I want to say he fakes out Jinx. I close combat Incineroar. I never KO the Gigalith. Yeah. I mean, we'll play it out, I guess. Give him the KOs, but scenario here where I'm okay is he doesn't have a fire move, I guess. There's the Sandstorm. He can miss Rock Slides. That's like not unreasonable. Maybe so miss 2 Rock Slides into critting Woodhammer. He might not have Steel move on the Hydreigon, which is in the back. You really should just go for Body Press here. I think Body Press just picks up. But yeah, that's frustrating to lose 2 straight weeks, especially after winning so many games in a row. Show me Hydreigon. No, Lele. Okay. If he had Lele in back, he didn't switch in. But like Fake Out really would have been. Would it? I don't know if I beat the like Fake Out. I take a KO. I don't have Protect on the Jinx, and so I just let lose because if he fakes out the Jinx, it fakes out he ignores the Jinx and he fakes out the Bulu, then I can Focus Blast and KO the Diglett, and then Lele kills the Bulu and I lose the game anyways. Lele kills the Bulu unless I Protect and Lovely Kiss. So I needed a lot to go right at that point to have a chance. Yeah, I mean, I got red really hard game 1. That was the upsetting part. Game 2, I just needed to respect the Sandslash more, right? Like, yeah, I mean, I needed to respect the Sandslash more. I know this team like has a fundamental problem with really powerful ground and rock types, and we've seen it, you know, when I do end up losing, that's kind of been the cause of it. And so, yeah, I mean, it's probably too late to make changes to the team, but I probably just need to like honestly, yeah, leading better. If I led Bulu, I would have been in a fantastic spot. I just got to go for max overgrowth right away. So, yeah, I guess, I don't know. That's kind of what it came down to. Good games to Joe, of course. Check out his channels. Links will be in the description. Now, I am, you know, it really comes down to winning this next week for me, so that I'm not stuck with, so that Joe can't overtake me. Or if he loses, you know, he's playing Bevsy next week, so that's gonna be a big game too. But yeah, so that's week 9. We got 1 more week, and then we are locked into playoffs still. So hopefully, with any luck, there'll be 4 more weeks of XDL. With bad luck, there'll be 2. But I hope you guys are enjoying this, and until next time, I'll see you all later.